Alright, so today I want to show you how to change the key of a song in Word. And this assumes just a couple things. One is you have a blank piece of paper and a pencil and a pen. Number two, that you have Microsoft Word or some other text editing program that has a find and replace function in it. So if you have those three basic things, piece of paper, a pen, and a text editing program with a find and replace function, we can get you set up and show you how to do this to where you don't mess it up. Before we go to Microsoft Word, the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what chords we have and what chords we want. So let's say we have something in the key of A, which means our 1, 4, and 5 chords are A, D, and E, and we want to change that up a step, and we want to change it to the key of B. So we'd have B, E, and F sharp. Okay, so that's the first thing you do is just grab a piece of scratch paper and write it down. It's easier. You could do it in Word, but it's much easier to just do it on a piece of paper. The next thing you do is you identify any chords that are in both sets. So we have just the E. The E is in both sets. Okay. Now the reason we do that, that's going to tell us the order that we're going to change these in Microsoft Word. So if we change the D to an E, and then we change the E to an F, we will, since the D is now an E, that means we would have equivalent of A, E, and E, and changing those to F sharp, that's not going to work. So we can't change this D to an E and then change the E to an F sharp. But we can change, we'll just pick the easy one that's not affected at all. We can change the A to a B, and then we're going to change the E to the F sharp, okay? And then when we change the D to an E, that will be the last one, and we won't have anything that conflicts with each other. Now let me show you another one that's a little bit more complicated. So I have a song that's got a C, a C7, an F, it's got a G, and a G7. Okay, and I want to change this from the key of C to the key of F. So the C is going to become an F. The C7 is going to become an F7. The F is going to become a B flat. Okay. And the G is going to become a C. And the G7 is going to become a C7. Alright. So now, again, first thing we do is figure out if we've got any of these that are in both sets, any chords that are in both sets. So I've got a C here and a C here. And I have an F here and an F here. I don't have, oh, and I've got a C7, I'm sorry, yeah, I've got a C7 in both spots. I've got a C7 here and a C7 here. So this is a little bit more complicated, and what you're going to have to do is come up with a strategy of how you're going to do these. So one thing that I know that I don't have any conflicts with are the ones that are uncircled. Okay, so I can change, if I change the C7 to an F7, I don't have any F7s on this side of the column, right? So that means I can do that safely. So I'm going to do that one first. I'm just going to mark these, the order I'm going to do them in. Okay, so if I change the F to the B flat, I don't have any B flats on this side, so I can do that safely, so I'm going to do that second. Okay, so now if I change the G to a C, when I go up here to change the C to the F, I will effectively also be changing the G. Since I already changed G's to C's, I would be changing G and C's to F, so I don't want to do that. So I can rule that one out and say that one I can't do yet. If I change the G to a C7, can I do that? Well, the answer is yes, because I have already changed these C7s here to an F7. So by the time I go to change G7 to a C7, it will be a new C7. So I can do that one. I can do that one third. Okay. So now I'm left with these two, the C to the F or the G to the C. Again, I know G to C and then C to F I can't do, but what if I do it the other way around? If I do C to F, that should be fine because these Fs have already been converted to a B flat. So I can do that one fourth. Whoops. And then that just leaves me with the G to the C, so that's fifth. All right, so that's how you determine the order that you're going to change these in Word. And then it's just a matter of doing a replace all in Word, and I'll show you how to do that real quickly. But this is how you determine the order of the chords you want to go in. All right, folks, so I'm going to show you here real quickly how to do this in Word. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here to make sure we're on our File tab, and then we're going to go to Replace. And we're gonna click that. That's going to bring up a Find and Replace menu, and we're going to have it find what. This is where we're going to pick the item that we decided we were going to do first. So in the case of our first chords, we're going to I have these all in brackets, so I'm going to type in a bracket, my capital A, close bracket, just as you have it down here. And I am replacing all my A's with B's. So I'm going to replace that with bracket, open bracket, B, close bracket. And then I'm going to click on Replace All. Okay, that's going to replace all the A's in the sheet music with B's. And it's going to tell me that it was all done and it found 13 replacements. I'm going to say OK. And then I'm going to do the next one. And in this case, I need to change my D's to E's. And replace all. Tells me it made 18 replacements. And then lastly, I'll do the last chord from my scratch paper. And I will replace E with a F sharp. Hit replace all, and at this point I can close it, and my song sheet will now have all the new chords in it. Now if I had wanted to save the old chords, you of course would want to go File, Save As, and then picked your the location and named it a file such as the song in the key of A. And then rename this one the same song in the key of B. Otherwise, you're going to lose your file. But that's how you do it. Hopefully that helps you.